Today's the day the Camaro build begins. I got to bring it down to a place about an hour and a half from here. It's the same guy who built my buddy Trevor's white Z06. It makes like 850 wheel horsepower. But first I got to get this car loaded up. Nearly running out of room. You guys can see it's like all BMR. Hopefully all this BMR stuff is going to make this car handle very nice, because the way that it is right now, it walks all over the place when you get on it, like the rear end. And I'm hoping that all of this stuff corrects that and makes it handle way better. All right, I got the car loaded up with all the boxes needed for the build. I'm hoping that all of these things really just transform the entire feel of the vehicle, both with the engine, the drivetrain, and then also the chassis, because when you floor this thing, the back end likes to walk around a little bit, and that's kind of like a common issue with the 2010 to 2013 Camaro SS's, is they walk around. So I'm hoping that all of these BMR suspension parts for the rear end really tighten it up and make it a more enjoyable driving experience. And then also, one thing about the Camaros is that, at least on this one, they put in a plastic throwout bearing, so when it gets hot it like melts, I believe is what the thing is. So anyway, I got a billet throwout bearing, so every time that I release the clutch, not every time but most of the time, it like engages at a different spot, which makes the driving experience just like not super enjoyable. So anyways, I got a new clutch, flywheel, and everything that's gonna make it handle nice and drive nice. So I'm very much looking forward to this build. This is like a dream build, 6 years in the making. So I'm very excited. He said it's gonna take about 4 weeks for all of this stuff to get installed. I'm just ready for that next month to be here so I can drive this thing. We should definitely get one final cold start before it gets the cam, right? So this is a 2010 Camaro SS with 2-inch Texas speed headers, full 3-inch Texas speed exhaust, goes through high flow cats and mufflers out the back. Cats may or may not be deleted when this thing is ready to go. So here is the cold start before. It sounds pretty good, but I want it to be a little bit louder and a little bit more obnoxious. All right, here we go. Setting off on the Camaro's V3 Adventure. This is version 3 of the Camaro, and this is what I've been wanting to do to it for literally the past 6 years. So this is a big moment for me, and I can't do any of this stuff if it weren't for all of you guys. So thank you all so much for supporting the channel, because you guys are truly the only reason I'm able to do this stuff today. So thank you all so much for not only helping me get to this kind of stuff with this car, but also helping me reach 31,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but I do know that I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys, because truly none of this stuff is possible without you. So thank you. This is so funny, because just by happenstance, there happened to be another SS on the other road that I was just on, and then he got onto the main highway on 95 that I'm on right now as well. So it's like I'm getting an escort down to get the car dropped off to be built. So it's like, this is a good sign, you know what I'm saying? I believe in stuff like that, and I don't ever really get to see another SS on the road that I get to cruise with for an extensive period of time. So I feel like this is a good sign for the build and just for this whole thing in general. So I'm very happy right now. Nissan Altima literally in the left lane going like 45 miles an hour. This highway, the speed limit's 70 right now. Aren't Nissan Altima drivers supposed to drive like super fast, not like super slow? You can do better. We're making good time, about 25 minutes away, Ram TRX. And I'm still following behind that same red SS. I'm telling you, that's a good sign. I believe in that kind of stuff. And it's still funny that, you know, literally probably 80 miles later, we're still in a convoy. So I think that's pretty cool. A couple cool things that I saw. You saw that F-150. Now there's the Bass Pro Shops. That's like one of the big ones off of this highway here. But yeah, 25 minutes away. I'm interested. This is gonna be my first time meeting Zach, who's actually the one doing the build of the car. I got referred to him by my buddy Trevor, so he's got a good reference, so I trust in his work, and I've seen his work from my buddy Z06, so I'm interested to see what the whole setup is like. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm definitely looking forward to hearing this car when it's done. All right, now I'm about 8 minutes out. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna film when I get there, because this is my first time meeting Zach, so I may film a little bit, I may not film at all. I'm not 100% sure yet, because I'm just gonna kind of see how he feels about it. It is his place after all. But it was so funny because that Camaro, basically from where I live, all the way down to about 10 minutes from where his house is, I got like an escort the whole way down. It was kind of cool. But anyways, about 7 minutes away now, and I got it's about 3/4 of a tank, so not that that really matters to any of you, but anyways, getting closer. I'm interested to see how this day turns out. You know, I think it's gonna be pretty awesome. I got all of my boxes there in the back. That's all the parts. That's like a lot of, or some of those boxes, probably like 4 or 5 of those boxes, I actually ordered like, what's that, 4 years ago now? And I was going to install them when I installed the coilover, KW coilover suspension with my buddy Tyler, but we ended up not installing that kind of stuff. All the bushings, trailing arms, tow rods, and I believe that's it. There might be some other things I'm slipping my mind. But anyways, now all that stuff's gonna get installed with, I also ordered like last week BMR lower control arms for the back end. So hopefully that makes a huge difference, because that's really what I'm going for. I'm really wanting this to feel like a totally different car. I got BMR motor mounts as well, so supposedly with all the BMR parts that I got, it's supposed to feel like a race car almost in a way. So that's really the feel that I'm going for, like a street race car. So it's not like obnoxious, but it feels, you can feel the engine, you can feel, you know, just the way that the car drives. So that's really the look I'm going for, and I'm really, really excited, if you can't tell after I've said it 3 times, to get all of this stuff on and really just get to drive it and experience and enjoy it. Well, if you couldn't tell, it is a different day, and I am sitting in the Camaro nearly complete. There's just a couple odds and ends that still need to be done, but man, it has been a long process, and a lot has gone on since I filmed that last video. I got a new vehicle that I kind of did a soft introduction. I did a live feed. So if you guys want to, you know, catch behind the scenes stuff of what goes on behind the channel, make sure you give me a follow at 703speed on Instagram. But this car, I've gone way over budget with this car. I mean, I thought I was going to spend a certain amount. I've spent double. So basically the car is insane. It is crazy, and I could have gone with a supercharger. I could have gone a bunch of different ways, but I wanted to get this car to be a naturally aspirated monster. Yes, it's not going to make a ton of power, maybe under 500 wheels, kind of my guess. By the way, tune is happening tomorrow. So a lot of stuff has gone in behind the scenes. This is just part 1 to the Camaro build. Basically, I wanted to come on here and just give you a little update of what's going on in between and what you can expect to see here on the channel in regards to the Camaro build. So this is just part 1 of the build, me dropping off the car. I didn't want to record with Zach the first time that I met him, because you know, when you first meet somebody, you don't want to stick a camera right in their face and be like, hey, what's going on? What are we doing here? So that's why I did not do any recording when I first got to Zach's house. However, in part 2 or part 3 of the series, maybe both parts, you will see that I kind of introduced Zach. I do some filming at his house, but it's still like, I didn't film it exactly as I wanted to, because, you know, sometimes when I record stuff, I feel kind of awkward, you know, putting a camera in somebody's face, or just like walking around with a camera recording it like this. You know, it's just, there's a little bit of awkwardness that I kind of got to get over if I'm going to be doing this as my full-time job, which I have been doing. So I really got to get over that awkwardness and just kind of just do it and feel confident doing it. So that's what I'm going to work on more of this year. So I kind of did some stuff where I did record, but it was more of me just walking around the car. So what I'll probably do is kind of like some narration over part 2 and part 3. You'll basically see the car was totally torn apart, basically down to the shell. Obviously the interior remained intact, because all I did here on the interior is a shifter, which you'll see. But man, it was really cool to see the car just torn down, and you'll see that in the next video in regards to the Camaro build, just completely torn down. everything out of it, motor torn down. It's really, really cool to see. So again, this is just part 1 to the build. You'll see some more stuff coming. I mean, tomorrow I have a tune with a performance shop up in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Late Model Performance, again, where my buddy got his car tuned, his Z06. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's kind of going to be one of the final build videos, I guess you would say. But then after the tune, I got to get an alignment, and then we should be 100% when it comes to the way that the car drives. I still have some lug nuts on order. I got to get new tires. You know, the build is never done. But the big part of the build will hopefully be complete this week, which is about a month later from, again, when you saw the first part of this video. So that's just a little bit of update, or a little update of what has happened in the time frame of dropping the car off to where we are now. About a month later, the car is done. It sounds insane, but you can't hear it yet because you got to watch part 2 and part 3 before you can hear this thing fire up. But man, I am ecstatic to drive it right in time for car season. I'm really looking forward to this build. A lot more content to come with this car. A couple of my buddies have gotten new cars also, so there will be videos introducing them, and then a lot more of this vlog style content coming this year. I'm really looking forward to it here with car season, and now having, you know, my dream build. You know, I can make a lot more content, I feel like, with this car, and I may be adding yet another vehicle to the channel in the next few months. So you got to stay tuned. A lot of big stuff coming this year. I'm finally in a position where I feel like I can kind of take that next step and do the kind of content that I've really enjoyed, or really wanted to make. By the way, it's windy again, man. The past few months here in Virginia, I feel like have been just excessively windy compared to years prior. I don't really understand what's going on, but that's kind of it for today's video. You guys know what to do. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button to see more reviews, see more vlog style content, Camaro build, and then also more. I guess I can tell you because there's this kind of a soft intro. Basically, I added a 1974 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia to the channel. It was restored in 2016. A lot more of that story to come here in the next month or so. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the Camaro rippage and it being done. And then also just some vlog style content in between so you can see kind of what I do behind the scenes of the reviews, and, you know, just more of me, really, me and my love for cars. So stay tuned for that. Like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to some more content like this. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.